So now we are onto lighting and shading. There should already have been a video showing you how to install Arnold in Houdini, and in this video I want to cover a little bit about what we plan to do this week, and also go ahead and show you how to install aces within Houdini. So after we look at installing aces, we'll go on to Arnold lights and just a little bit about the ins and outs. We'll look at the shaders within Arnold and do an overview there. We'll take a look at the ROPs and talk a bit about the AOVs. We'll then go ahead and set up a look dev scene where we can test our individual assets. Move on to scene lighting and environment lighting. We will shade our trees and foliage and look at introducing colour variation throughout the whole scene. And then go on to building our terrain shading network for our main landscape. So let's start with installing aces. And one thing I won't do is go into too much detail as to what aces is. There is plenty of information online as to what aces is and why we use it. There is also information showing you how to install it, but just to make sure we all start in the same way, let's just quickly take a look at installing this within Houdini. So the first thing we need to do is download the OCIO config. We can get this from GitHub if we just go to this address here, and we can hit download. This contains all of the configs since its creation, but we only need this one here, 1.03. We also want to keep these folders because they have some LUTs inside that we can look at. But go ahead and download this. The next thing we need to do is open up our Houdini environment file, and we can find this within the documents folder here. In this case, we're looking at Houdini 18. And we can open up the config. And we need to add this here. So this is just pointing the OCIO towards the OCIO folder that we just downloaded, the configs master aces 1.0.3, and the config.ocio. And then we would just save this, and I'll restart Houdini. Okay, now if we go to the out context and drop down an Arnold node, we can go to properties, and here you see we have aces, and we can switch this to aces CG. Within the device tab, we can enable the color space ROP. Now we just want to change this from utility aliases to utility, and here we'll grab utility sRGB texture. Now if we go to the render view and take a look down here, we already have aces set up. Awesome. So next up we'll take a look at the lighting and the lighting overview.